All right, so update. We got the motor and trans mounts done as we said earlier, and now we ended up pulling the motor and transmission out for like the two main things we needed to fabricate. JMO's gonna weld in, like finish weld basically the base plates for the engine mounts. It's gonna be a good time.
Engine mount.
Many sparks. Yeah, like stock engine mounts can go. Weld those in completely. Like this was for the stock intake. Get rid of that. This was for the power steering reservoir, I think. No, I don't remember what that was. Some type of reservoir. We don't need it. I mean, this is working great for tools, but this is for like the stock fuse box. Probably end up painting her all black. They're looking beautiful.
Day 6. Is it day 6? I don't know what day it is. The engineers over at Toyota really put their factory motor mounts in. And if you're thinking, we're just gonna lop those off, like super easy, no problem. We're just gonna cut them, they're gonna fall off the truck, right? No. Like this is a nightmare. Just wanna let you guys in on a little bit of what is going on in the interior here.
Started male modeling, that's why I'm shirtless. If I cover this bottom part, abs.
So let you guys in on what we decided we're gonna do here. We're actually gonna completely ditch the door panels. We typically do this on all our drift cars and basically gut the entire inside. So get rid of the window motor, what you call it? Speakers. Regulator, speaker, all that fun stuff. We're also gonna ditch these rear door panels, speakers.
Maybe we'll try to keep everything from the 4 doors and weigh it, but I think there's at least 50 pounds.
That's a good idea, actually. I don't think we've ever actually weighed what we've taken out of doors. But we did the same. We did the same to the Lexus, and that thing had at least 50 pounds worth of. So then we're going to kind of clean them up and make them real nice, like what we do on the drift cars, with a pull string handle, and we're probably going to attempt to make our own Lexan windows.
With rally sliders, because they're dope. What's the word? I can't think of the word, but just like when someone walks up and you don't want to talk to him, you just go whoosh and slide the rally slider and look forward. It's such a FU, what?
Yeah.
It's like the same as having a flip phone.
Yeah. Oh my God. Like, and click. When I'll be talking and Matt just does it real slow, like he doesn't think I'm gonna notice. Just and just stares forward.
You having fun?
I don't know if you know this, but it's like 106. It is hot.
So I think JMO's updated you guys, but he's still going ham. So I handed him a pack of flapper wheels, and he just keeps burning through them.
Here, let me show you the carnage. We've gone through 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, geez, 7, 8, 9.
Toyotas, you know what? I'm just gonna say it. Toyotas are the cockroaches. Okay? They may not be as pretty, but they will survive anything.
I put like nuclear blast force energy into this.
Quick update on the interior. So Roderick helped us out, pulling everything off. So right here is all from the doors. So we're gonna pile everything up there, and then we'll figure out how to weigh it all and let you know. But comment below how much you guys think that's gonna weigh. I'm still saying 50 pounds. We'll see. So I've just been tearing the interior apart. Yes, I'm shirtless. It's insanely hot. But look how weak this is. This is like stuck in here because this main dash bar is welded in. Generally you would be able to take this dash bar out and then this whole like blower motor and all that would come out, but it's literally stuck in there. So I don't exactly know what I'm gonna do, but I need to get it all out of there. It's annoying me.
Towards the end of the day yesterday, I got a lot of one side welded up on the engine compartment. I'm going to finish welding everything in the front, including some stuff that was kind of missed when the original suspension and tubing was all put in. Here's kind of what I've done so far. We've got our engine mount plate totally welded in, and then we're just doing some finish welding here on the back sides of some of this stuff. Just like on this side, you can can see. Not welded, not welded. I'm gonna keep banging away on some welding today.
I'm starting to tear apart the interior. They came in manuals. I think it was, I know the X Runner. So the cool thing is they make a manual pedal set. Supposedly, everything should kind of bolt in. We'll find out, but that should make it a lot easier than having to do custom pedals or anything like that. We can get going on that. So one, super dope, super lucky. Other one, probably not tasty anymore. We're gonna let JMO choose. Well, I was digging through there, I found 2 items. There's one in each hand. I already showed the viewers. You get to pick one. One's super lucky, one's kind of an L. They're right next to each other. They're under the carpet. You sure?
Yeah.
Positive?
Yeah.
All right, put your hands up. You chose well. Put your other hand out.
Oh, you like these too?
Ew. Do it. How gross is it? Still gummy?
Oh yeah.
What?
It's actually pretty tasty. Okay, so now that everything's welded in the engine compartment, I'm gonna start getting everything prepped for paint and possibly some final welding on the firewall. So I'm gonna be taking all of the suspension off since we're gonna be refinishing all of that as well. I mean, this stuff is pretty beefcake, so we'll get all this stuff off. We'll get the other side off. We'll start getting everything cleaned up, scuffed, and ready for paint. While Matt has like a problem with wearing shirts. We've tried to talk to him about it. It's becoming kind of uncomfortable. The only reason that I'm wearing a shirt is because no one wants to see this.
Well, everybody wants to see this.
I know. Another note, Matt is continuing with the interior destruction.
We're gonna have dash and center console because that kind of gives the luxury pre-runner feel. I think if we clean it up and bedline everything you can see, I think that'll be actually really nice for cleaning it because everything's gonna be pretty much waterproof anyways, water resistant. And so then at the end of a weekend, we can just kind of come in here and dump a bucket of water. We could even put a little floor plug. Dude, we could do like a boat.
There's a floor plug right here.
We should have a plug on each side, but yeah, just make it super easy to clean and it won't, like this carpet has all this crap on the back side and stuff like that.
Finally got the front suspension off. We had some seized bolts, so some stuff got cut off. There he is, guys.
The man himself.
That's the man, the myth, the legend. Mr. Larry Haugen. He's kind of the brains behind this whole operation, so.
Larry, you want to tell them your title here? They haven't seen you on YouTube.
My title?
Yeah.
I can't remember.
You're not taking your job seriously.
I didn't know. I do whatever Jameson and Matt tell me to do. That's my role.
So we decided we're going to pull the whole rear end out. Since that's all getting changed anyway. We're probably gonna throw this thing on a couple of rollers, roll it outside, and really pressure wash. I mean, this thing is empty. And I believe we are going to clean this floor up really nice. It looks like beforehand they had done some sort of bed lining. So we're gonna get this cleaned up and probably bed line the whole thing.
It's a vibe, as you guys don't know. Oh no, I'm like the girls, like how they do the girls on TikTok.
Yeah.
Honey, are you done working yet?
Okay, so she's, I mean, we'll probably, I would guess we'll probably do it tomorrow. We're going to get this thing on some rollers, roll her outside, and give her a spray down. This is what we're left with as of now. We're gonna give her a real nice rinse down. Everything's all welded up. There you go. Anybody looking for a link killer kit?
Yeah, that rear end's for sale, guys. There comes a time in every build where anxiety runs up a little bit because you're at a certain stage and it's kind of terrifying. We're at that stage.
It's just an empty shell.
All the suspension's off, interior's out. We left the fuel cell, but that's literally pretty much it. This thing's been through a lot, so there's freaking sand and dirt everywhere, so we're just gonna get it as clean as possible. Be much nicer to work on. And then we'll probably get started on the mounting some radiators and one of the big jobs on this truck is just cleaning everything up, as we were talking about before. So we made plates for all the holes on the firewall, as well as the holes inside. I'll show all you guys those in a second. So JMO got one in so far. Oh, you got two in. Get you up in there. Fire or anything like that to come through. This one we're gonna use for our harness. So that'll really be the only leftover hole. JMO is violating the truck. Check this out. So JMO's tacking this one in. And then other thing we're gonna do is trim out the insides of these doors. Some good weight loss there, especially on these front doors. So I'm gonna cut inside that blue line basically. Get that edge super clean. And then we have this cool like rubber edging that you can buy. Where is that stuff? We got like a couple different sizes. This stuff is really nice. Deburr the edge really good, but then you can slide that right over. That's a really nice way to finish off those inner edges so you never scrape yourself or knock your head on them. You're shook right now. Look at your hand on your chest. You can't, he's like, on.
Chop shop in here, dude. It's just like,
chop
that's
shop.
the truck.
This is the first time you've seen it since we tore it down, huh?
Yeah, last time I saw it was when we were filming the Lexus video. I actually like rode in it, and now it's like, I don't think I can do that now.
Hopefully soon. So, all right, so update on the doors. I got both the rear doors cut out. Here's all the metal. It adds up. We're gonna weigh it all for you guys like we said. And I deburred all the edges. It's a little ugly down there, but it's pretty hard to get. But this all looks great, nice curves. Now I'm gonna move on to the front doors. The front doors have a lot. So, took all that out. But yeah, basically, like I was saying, I kind of followed this edge. There was a natural already cut there, so just kind of followed that, left that clip. This has the one screw that goes in there, and then that'll hold there. And then I just kind of followed this along here. The doors are completely trimmed up and gutted. This is our pile of crap from all four doors. Wait, I'm forgetting the two front windows, but I'm gonna attempt to grab all that and stand on the scale. So first I'll stand on the scale by myself, then I'll stand on it holding as much of that as I can. I've lost some weight, so it's a good thing. So hopefully this isn't embarrassing. Let's see. Turn on. Uh-oh. Okay, scale malfunction. All right, so 182.5. You guys can't see it, but that's what I weigh by myself. Try to grab all that stuff and then grab the glass windows and we'll add it up. Okay, this is like half the stuff. This is so dangerous. So 219 with this. Okay, so we have 36 pounds so far. $202. So before the two front glass windows were at 56 pounds. That's pretty good. 193. So that's 10.5 pounds. 66.5 pounds. Comment below what you guys guessed. I believe I originally guessed at least 50 pounds out of all four doors. But 66 pounds, 66.5. was pretty good. All right, so one of the next things that I wanted to get working on was getting the second fuel cell in, but there's a lot of like open space in between both the rear tires. This had like a nice cover over it, but this is a great spot for our fuel cell. So this is like a 14 gallon, if I remember correctly. I think this thing will work great. So first step is getting like this bracket out, as well as this bracket. That was for the hinge, for like the flap that went up. I got a lot of the old bracketry and stuff all cut and grinded off, and then I just have the fuel cell. Should look something kind of like that. But yeah, just get rid of all that crap. But what's cool is they had these old bars for the jack, so I think we can kind of use that as the bottom support, and then probably should be really safe there because it has that bottom structure, and then it'll be surrounded by the tires. So I think it's a pretty good spot, easy to fuel up, and yeah. Stay tuned. This rear bumper is, I mean, it's cool. There's a lot of work in it, but it's got a hitch because this car or truck was on leaf springs, so you could actually tow something small with it. I never plan on towing anything with it, especially once it's linked. That thing is heavy. So, just for fun, I'm gonna reweigh myself. Okay, somehow I lost weight. So, I'm 180. This thing's gotta weigh 50 pounds. Straight up. I was close. I don't know if you guys can see that, but 226, so that's 46 pounds. Yeah, that is not going back on there. This is gonna look way sicker anyways, so. Now I got a lot of cleanup work to do. I gotta get rid of that whole bracketry, that guy, and that guy. And then should just be a really clean rear end. And 46 pounds weight savings. Let's call it 47, because I got these little brackets and I cut a lot of material off.
But yeah, so I just ran out of primer, but.
You know what? I haven't even told you this yet, JMO. Phil just got the block, so yes, that's big. We've been waiting, for those who don't know, we've been waiting on that. The RB30 block was built in Australia. Like, it was all bored and honed, all the bottom end was put in it, and then it was shipped over here. And COVID has just like, it was in customs for 2 weeks.
You guys, we're super excited about this build, so as you can tell. Got the whole thing primered, basically got any random metal spots, any bare metal spots, and used some of this this here high heat primer. Resists up to 2,000 degrees, so it goes on nice and smooth, and basically has some like ceramic type properties. So also went with a semi-gloss black 500 degree engine enamel. This stuff's great, goes on super nice, coats really well. And it's gonna get hot under this hood, I think.
Nice thing is, like on all drift cars, which is what RB30s are in, pretty much.
Looks pretty sharp so far. I'm just getting some of this redone. Yeah, because we're basically taking the place of where the jack was mounted before. So we've got to figure out now where we're gonna put the jack. All right, guys. So something that Matt and I would like you to know from Haugen Racing is that when you're doing stuff like what we're doing, putting a 1200 horsepower RB30 in a Tacoma, there's no rules, man. There's no rules when you're building cars. There's no rules when you're doing anything. You do whatever you want, you make it look however you want, and there's gonna be haters regardless, so you just can't worry about what people think. And Make your own rules. That's all I'm saying. Make your own rules.
So this is gonna be one of the pieces that's a total surprise. We have a lot of these up our sleeve on the truck, but just as a teaser, these panels basically cover the top of the inside of the roof. So they cover up like the whole cage and all that. Stay tuned. These are aluminum and I bent these by hand. So if you can imagine, they need some strength. And now he's saying this is kind of a weak spot. As you can see, it's like thinner there. So we'll add these in and they should be super strong.
I'm gonna bend up a little bash bar, fairly tight here.
Yeah. Let's get a fender on in a little bit and check it out. We've been like fiending. We haven't done it yet, so.
Yeah, so we're just plugging away here, plugging away a little peek here.
After you make that bash bar, we should weigh it real quick. What's that gonna weigh? Like less than 10 pounds, easy, right? Okay. So fuel cell, we have the aluminum brackets made. We made this bracket. That's all welded in there. Looks really nice. And then that one as well. I don't know if this was on yet, but we just made a quick little bash bar. Far lighter, and it'll just kind of give a little protection off that bracket and keep stuff off the fuel cell and things like that. Basically, right now we're just kind of painting and mounting like all the accessories and stuff. So this is kind of a fab heavy. This is like the placement for the rear radiator. We gotta make mounts for that. This is actually the radiator from our 900 horsepower Genesis coupe. And then it did have dash 20, which flowed too fast. We had cooling issues because of that. So we've learned Pro Car has dash 16. So we're just gonna convert these to dash 16 and run 16. This is kind of scary. I'm going to attempt to TIG weld the bracket on the fuel cell. So this is all aluminum, so it requires us to TIG weld it. Otherwise, definitely have JMO MIG weld it. But feeling good. Drink some Red Bull. Just gonna send it.
That's about all you can do.
I practiced some, but at some point we just gotta do it, right? First bracket is on. It's not very pretty, but strong. I got good penetration. It'll hold. So it's pretty ugly, but I'll try to do the other side prettier and then clean it up a little bit and paint it. It's gonna be bedline, kind of like this, what's already on there. So it'll look good in the end. Nah, I can't be bummed, right? That's part of learning. So I've only been TIGging for a couple weeks and so update, JMO got the power steering cooler mount all welded in. So it's got nut certs, and then squad's here.
So, what's good? Hi vlog.
Yeah, so I got these TIG welded, but they're not very pretty, but they'll work, they'll hold. So should look sick after it's all bed lined. You can see the back one. I like the placement on it though. It should be super cool. And the tires just like kind of squeeze on each side of it. So it should be super solid, and then that'll protect it.
Hello, I'm going to show you some progress now that I've been making on the interior. This is really hurting my eyes. Got the pedals in, and I'm getting it set up to convert to manual. Hello.
So the good thing about these Tacomas is they came in a manual version. So we are going to convert this straight over to manual using factory locations here and here. And basically what they had before, where on a manual version of the truck, manual pedal would be mounted. So we went ahead and got a used manual pedal and pedal set, and everything bolts up fine. And we just got to drill a couple holes here to fit this manual pedal in.
So we're getting the intercooler in here, and this is literally the biggest intercooler I've ever seen. Biggest air-to-air, I should say. But air-to-air intercooler, this thing is a monster. It's good for like, I believe, 1,400. You get a kind of an idea of how she sits back there. So really good airflow through there, as well as some air coming up and under. So I think it should be pretty good. And we're gonna spray something fancy on here, intercooler. A lot of these parts we've had sitting for months. We've been planning this build for a long time. JMO was measuring it. It's actually a 4.5 inch intercooler. So it's like out of control.
This is what I look like at the end of the day. This is what Matt looks like. Anyway,
we're gonna update you before we leave for the weekend. Oh, that's... We've got the intercooler sitting in its spot right here. We decided to lift it up just a hair from where it was.
Prepare yourselves, super GTR fanboys.
Oh yeah, see it peeking through there? Sneaky, sneaky, sneaky. Boah!
Comment below, like, we were talking about stories like when we'll be at car shows with it, and just like Skyline fanboys and GTR fanboys just triggered, and then we hit the two-step on them and they'll just be like, Also though, let us know what you guys think of that spot. JMO suggested that. I like it as well, but the light bar comes right across here.
Yeah, we were gonna throw it in the middle, but basically I think the light bar, because the light bar sits like kind of here.
Also, let us know if you think this corner or that corner, because I keep debating that as well. Just so you guys know, this is a R34. This is an authentic R34 GTR badge. We need a name for this thing too. Be cool, put the name on it. I don't know.
What should we name it?
Yeah. Comment below on name suggestions, and if we come up with a sick name, maybe we'll just put that on the intercooler, because that'd be sick. Or we could be like the Lifted Truck Boys and put Beast, or like something. Just, you know.
Just Boss Hog.
Yeah, Boss. Beast.
All right, guys. We'll see you next week.